I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're back here for another episode of the BOOM. Of course, I'm your host with the most, as always, Cam G, the man to the right of me. That is the man known as Phil Kahn, the man on the bottom of your screen. That is my co-host and my producer at this time, making sure the show runs smooth. Metal Core Mike. Gentlemen, you know what time it is. Time for another AEW talk full of riveting television. Exciting, right?
You sound so positive when you say that.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Really
you
not.
actually sound positive when you say that.
Like, you sell that so great. Like, I am
You sound like you're ready to
impressed.
do the show. Like you're excited, you're happy, and we all know what's happening on the inside. So
I'm very
I'm
impressed.
dying on the inside. But gentlemen, how is your Wednesday evening going?
I got out of work early today.
I did too.
hey,
I went in at 7:30. I was home by 11.
oh,
I was so
there
happy.
you go, nice.
So happy. I was like, yes. Like, I got 2 hours of sleep this morning because, like, you guys know me, I can't sleep worth a shit. And so I made the conscious decision to go outside and watch the meteor shower for a little bit, and then I was like, I gotta lay down and go to bed. Woke up, like, literally, I closed my eyes, I fell asleep, and it literally just felt like I got 2 minutes of sleep, then had to go to work. And I was like, yeah, I can't do this shit today. I can't adult today. So I went, did a rescue, and I went home. That was it. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. Should have took a nap today, but didn't.
That's
Was
completely
it raining
understandable.
today in your area?
Oh, it fucking stormed.
It freaking
It-
poured over here too. So that's what I dealt with.
It stormed. I almost lost electricity. I almost lost power. Almost.
I actually got sent home early too because we did. So I mean, like with all of that, so yeah, it was just bad. In terms of the
You
weather.
just made that sound like you just made that sound like you just had like a half a day of school. Like, yeah, we got sent home early today because we lost electricity.
That's basically what it was. Yeah.
Virgo
The ball-
partied at the strip club, cried at my aunt's wake.
Well,
got drunk. ate
We do
dog.
for you.
There you go.
I mean,
I sweated all day long. It was hot as balls over here.
AEW Dynamite tonight, man.
Yep.
Fuck.
I'm
we
getting
could
there,
probably sit
but
here for, like-
I'm trying to ease into it.
We could probably sit here for like the next 60 minutes and just talk about how much more interesting the day was than, talk AEW Dynamite. AEW sucked tonight. It was shit.
Yeah, it was bad.
Nothing good happened. We're getting another steel cage match at a pay-per-view. And yeah,
It's gonna be freaking
that's it.
ridiculous and wild and I don't know what the hell's happening.
That was the
I'm
night.
shocked.
Cheers, everybody.
I wish I had mine.
This
but
is
cheers.
this is pineapple juice. Just to let y'all know, I don't drink.
Bombs up.
If I put the, I don't get. Okay, hold on. I don't get that saying. Bottoms
Bottoms
up.
up.
Okay, I never understood that. People say bottoms up, but it's like if you put the bottom up, then wouldn't what's in the glass or the bottle or whatever just pour out? That would make no
No,
fucking
you're-
sense.
No, you're drinking.
Yeah, but my bottom's
Yeah.
not up. Like it's on a vertical like incline. Because even if I were to turn this thing upside down,
All
the
right,
whole
all
drink
right.
will pour out of my cup.
When
When
you
built it.
you're
when you sip and you tilt it like that, bottoms
I
up.
don't know.
The bottom is.
I don't go that far
Technically.
fucking up to where the bottom of my cup is up. Like, I don't
You're
do
lifting
that.
it up. That's the. Okay, I'm not gonna argue.
My
with this.
bottom is still facing down. That's the thing.
Because
Like,
you're
look
right.
at this.
Because that's all you have. Did you lift? Did you
See?
lift the
Like,
cup
okay,
a little bit to
like-
take a drink?
Like okay,
Yes, you
like
did.
it, like if you're chugging it, and you're
Yes, if
going
you're
all the way up
chugging,
like that.
yes, that's
Oh, I
up.
can't chug, man. If I try and
Well,
chug
there you go.
anything, you guys
It's
will have me. You guys will have me puking on screen here. Like, if I try and chug anything,
I've mainly
Yeah.
heard that whenever people are just taking shots, bottoms up. You're taking a shot like that. I don't know.
I
But
mean, that's fair
Well,
too.
here's the thing: is because like my
that's when
stomach,
I've mainly heard it.
my stomach from my surgery almost 10 years ago is like this big. So like if I try and chug anything, it will be almost like a backlash effect. Like the liquid would go in
It just
and then it
goes
would
straight
ricochet,
through.
come right back. Like it would just come
Oh.
right back out. Yeah, it sucks.
That's
I can't chug nothing. Like I
I've
cannot
just
chug
mainly
anything.
heard it because of shots. Because I mean you're just taking a shot and everything's up in the air with that. But freaking love that song. But all right, yeah, should we even talk Dynamite? I mean, I know you
So,
guys don't like the
I
shows.
actually have something to spice up the conversation tonight.
Okay.
More
Is it like-
wrestling news.
I was about to say, is it like a
Okay.
more general wrestling news? Because we can always just talk
Yes.
general wrestling
talk
news
that too,
tonight.
yeah.
Like fuck Dynamite and just talk general wrestling news. Like I think we
Yeah,
could do
wrestling.
whatever we want, Cam. But the thing is it's your show, so you make the final call on that.
Well, I mean, I didn't sit here and take notes for nothing. So I mean,
Okay, I didn't take notes at all. I took
It's fair.
absolutely zero notes on tonight's show. That's how much I fucking care.
I mean, they're not long. That's why I'm spicing up the conversation. But I mean,
Okay.
there's two things. One, they're not long. Number two, there's nothing to really talk about. In three, it was just a bad show.
yeah, it was a terrible
So-
show tonight. We're getting a cage match at a pay per view though. I do have one thing. I got a bone to pick with somebody. Cam,
Okay.
you know this. I got a bone to pick with somebody. Phil.
Oh no. Of course it was gonna be me.
I know what it is too.
Less than a month ago, Phil, you had made the conscious decision to take yourself off of Twitter. And I sat here and said to you that you'd be back on within a month. I win, motherfucker.
I did not. No.
You have
I-
tweeted many of times in the
Okay.
past week. You tweeted today.
Okay.
I win.
Because now I finally got my account back after 2 months of being locked out.
You didn't say you were locked out. You said you have made the decision
That's
not to go
bullshit
on
because
Twitter.
I absolutely did tell you that. Yeah. So
I don't
You-
remember that one.
Oh, I can go back. I have every show on log. I can go back and bring it up and show
all
you
fucking wampa at the
that
end of
you
the
said
day.
you made the conscious decision to get off of Twitter.
I
You
I
can
thought it
go
was I
back
thought it
all
was
the-
like an IWC kind of thing. Like you just like fed. up
That's
with
what
it.
I thought.
He
You
was
can
just
go
done with
back
it.
all the fuck you want. At the end of the
Being
day,
locked
I
out?
was hacked
don't
and I was
remember that
locked
one.
out. I don't care what you say at this point. There is nothing that you can say to make me even, go back on this decision.
I don't remember
At the
it.
end of the day, you can say whatever the fuck you want. It won't matter.
Hey, this is the
You
this is the best entertainment I've had all night. This is great.
That's because here's the thing is Phil knows that if I try to just like get under his skin, he knows it's just playful play.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I'm
this
just
is
trying
just
to have fun.
This is just playful, at the
But
end of
the
day,
thing
I get
is,
it.
is like I can kind of tell that I'm hitting a little bit of a nerve, and I got to kind of back up a little bit. Like I don't want to piss. I don't wanna-
Truthfully, here's the thing. I was truly locked out on Twitter.
Okay.
Like the fact of the matter is that I was legitimately hacked. I was
Okay.
hacked for like about 2.5 months. I've been trying to figure out how to get back on Twitter, mainly because of the fact I used the Twitter for my content. That's what I do. I live tweet the shows. I get the photos for my content of everything when it comes down to YouTube shorts, YouTube videos, the TikToks, everything. When it comes down to my content, I have to use this fucking platform. I don't like it because the fucking toxicity of this fucking platform is ridiculous. And you know this for a fact.
Now that was our understanding. Is you had mentioned that you were going off of Twitter because of all the toxicity of Twitter, and you
Yes.
were not going to go back on it.
Yeah, so
that is what we got from 3 weeks ago and what you mentioned.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, when it came down to everything, finally getting back on Twitter, I was like, okay, I'm back on here. It's been a while. I'm slowing down for a little bit, but then once things got going again, I'm going to get back to normal because at the end of the day, I have to use this platform in order to figure out what I got to do for my content wise.
Can I give you one word of advice? Don't expect the bullshit to go away.
Oh no, I don't. Oh, trust me. I know how to navigate the bullshit from this app. Trust me. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I get that there's so much content and so much toxicity type of content on this freaking platform. So I stick with my group of people that I know and that I trust and that I follow because they're actual good human beings and they actually know how to fucking have a conversation. Other than that, that's a very minute and small group of people, and I just stick with that. Anything else, I just fade away.
Oh.
And you two are a part of that, even if you guys don't tweet that much, which I know you guys are basically not there at all.
Before we do get into it, driver of the month for the month of June.
Nice.
There you go.
Yep. It took me 4 years, but it finally happened. I got my drone. I got my charging cable that I told you guys about. Super excited. My drone is over on the shelf over there. I didn't get to fly today thanks to the rain. Fucker. But I'm proudly putting this thing right up here on my shelf. Oh, shit. I don't want to break it.
Gentlemen.
All right, the news in wrestling, Cam. You got this.
Please.
To spice up this conversation tonight, I've got some wrestling news for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, one Tori Wilson says the door is still open for one more match. How are we feeling about this?
So here's the thing: is Tori Wilson has said this before. She has said this plenty of times that she would still be willing to do one more match if the timing was right, if the match was right, if everything aligned, if the stars aligned, she would get back in the ring for one more match, opposed to just a Royal Rumble or the Evolution pay-per-view. So she had said that before. She has said it plenty of times. Yeah. And the thing is, I think she's a little more serious about it this time around because she sees the Trish Stratuses, the Bella Twins, and all these legends, women legends coming back into wrestling, Beth Phoenix. Yeah, she's seeing all these legend wrestlers, women wrestlers getting back into wrestling and going and doing one-offs or doing like special events and stuff like that. I think she wants a little bit of that, a little piece of that pie. And I think she's a little more serious with it now. The big question would be is who, when, and where. And the way I look at it is how excited are we for Nikki and fucking Becky? Like, how excited are we for that? Because I'm not.
Yeah.
No. Cam, I don't think you're excited about it because
I'm fully behind Becky Lynch.
I'm 100% behind Becky Lynch. Phil, I don't know how you feel about Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch, but the thing is,
I mean, I'm not behind that at all.
the thing is, we have to get to a point in wrestling, and I don't think we'll ever get to the point in wrestling, but we have to at some point in wrestling to where legends that retire and legends that go into the Hall of Fame and say they're done, we at some point these companies have to make the decision of, okay, we're going to move forward with our crew that we have now and not have to quote unquote rely on legends. I'm not saying that they'd be relying on her. I'm not saying that they're relying on Brock or John or anybody. It's just the fact of you look at NXT. The guys and girls that you would consider legends of NXT would be like a Becky Lynch, a Bayley, a Finn Balor, a Samoa Joe, a Karrion Kross. Those would be like the legends of NXT. A Paige, Saraya. Those would be the legends of NXT. How often do we see the legends of NXT go back to NXT? It's very few, far and beyond. You watch WWE, you see a legend coming back at least once a year. You go over to TNA, you have legends coming back now since TNA is getting bigger. Look at the Hardys. They're legends. They're back. They're the tag team champions. They're going to be taking on the Dudleys at Bound for Glory. Legends. The only company that really doesn't bring back legends, and I don't care, they're 6 years in, they have legends of their company, and that is AEW. They don't bring back. They don't even bring legends in to do one-offs. So if I had to give AEW any props for anything, it would be the fact that they don't bring legends in just to do one-offs.
Yeah.
Now, are there people that are considered legends of other companies like, CMLL, New Japan, and all that stuff? Yes, but they are currently on the roster of those companies, but they are legends because they've been there for 15, 16, 20 years. So they are going to be considered a legend, but they've been there since then. It's not like they left, came back, left, came back. They've been there steadily. So they are considered a legend. So AEW is pretty much the only one that doesn't do it. And when they brought Sting in, Sting was there for 2.5, 3 years? He built storylines. He won championships. It's not like he came in for a one-off. And since then, how many times have we seen Sting since he's been done? Once? For a 10-second moment? That's it.
Yeah.
So at some point, I think WWE and TNA really need to start thinking about, concentrating on their current roster opposed to relying on putting legends in certain spots. So, I mean, that's my thought. In certain situations, I don't mind legends coming back, but for a full-fledged storyline or a championship match or to build a feud or whatever, I don't know. I think they need you have so many people in the back that could be on TV.
Yeah.
That aren't getting that opportunity. And when Triple H first took over, you were seeing that happen. People were getting more time. It kind of gave you the vibe of the Attitude Era because everybody that was on TV had some type of storyline from the beginning of the card to the main event. And then that started slowly dying away, and we got back to the old way of doing things. They need to get back to where it all started when Triple H first took over, to where everybody on TV has some sort of storyline.
Yeah, I can
utilize your talent that you have in your locker room, and don't keep relying on bringing back legends.
Yeah.
So, sorry for the long tangent.
Phil, any thoughts on Tori Wilson wanting one more match?
I mean, I couldn't agree more with what Mike said. With everything that's, happening right now with the women's division of the WWE, you have so many people backstage when it comes down to just the overall talent of the locker room. Not just Raw, not just SmackDown, but all of WWE, including NXT. You do not need the legends to come back. The one thing that I absolutely loved about, when it came down to the Evolution card this year, when Evolution came back. Yeah, sure, it was definitely a rush kind of build for Evolution. I mean, I don't think any of us can really disagree on that point. But the one thing that I actually loved about Evolution this year was that they truly focused on the actual talent that were in that locker room. Not many legends were truly returning for that kind of event. And the thing is, the first Evolution came around and it was absolutely fantastic because you gave the women the chance and you gave the women the platform in order to show what they can do. They had legends here and there for that show, but that is ultimately because at the end of the day, you can have these women come back and really kind of elevate the talent of today. All we need is the talent of today. I like Tori Wilson, I would, she's awesome and everything like that. I love Trish Stratus. She's awesome and everything like that. Lita, you can talk about all these legends coming back all you want, but at the end of the day, you have so many great talented women in that locker room. Give them the chance to shine. Give them the chance to go after the Women's World Championship, the Women's Championship of SmackDown, the Women's IC title, the Women's United States Championship. The Women's United States Championship needs to get a hell of a lot more respect than anything right now, because Julia felt terrible about not even being on a 2-night SummerSlam card. And she was like, I'll feel absolutely heartbroken if I never get on that card. And she didn't. Because why? Because at the end of the day, they have nothing for her to do when you have an entire locker room to deal her with. You know, you got talent, utilize them properly. Otherwise, we wouldn't have to have Legends come back.
In defense, though, the hard part is with a show like a SummerSlam or WrestleMania, like Karrion Kross, he was pretty upset for not being on the Vegas WrestleMania because he's from Vegas, and that's understandable. You want to be on the big show in your hometown, but the other thing is WrestleMania is known for where storylines end and the new year begins the next night on Monday Night Raw. It's the blow off nights for WrestleMania for storylines. SummerSlam is like the middle of their year to where they either blow off short-term storylines or they continue building on the long-term storylines. And Julia right now not being on TV, I mean, is she still the United States champion?
Yes.
Then that's understandable. Then that's understandable. See, and that's the thing is you have the Women's United States title that's not getting any type of spotlight right now, to the point I even forgot she was the champion.
That's what I'm saying.
If she wasn't a champion, then she has to kind of understand, like, okay, this is where we kind of do our big, like, boss. I mean, even Clash at Castle, me and Cam came on the table spot 2 weeks ago. We literally broke down Clash at the Castle. Or not Clash in Paris. Like, we literally broke down the fucking card.
Same thing, yeah.
Like, the card is already made up. Now it's all about building to that show. And it's like, you look at this show and it's like, okay, there's no world title. Oh, the world title's on the line, but the WWE Championship isn't. You know, they got the world title on the show.
That match will happen. It will be Cody and Drew, but I mean, you gotta do more. Yeah,
it's still the thought of, like, you know, they were able to build that card literally a week after SummerSlam.
Yeah,
which is insane.
That's why I hate having these pay-per-views almost every single 2 to 3 weeks on this freaking, you know, pay-per-view calendar that WWE has nowadays, because
that's my next piece of news.
There's probably going to be another in 3 weeks. I'm not shocked. It's September, right? They're going to have to do another one to do AEW All Out, but we'll get there. I mean, it's just another pay-per-view every single 3 weeks, and you build it in 1 week because that's all you got, and then you have 2 weeks to try to build to it when you already built enough as it is. It's a terrible way of doing things.
So this is a perfect spot to bridge into my last piece of wrestling news.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, there are rumors right now that coming in September, there is more counter programming coming from WWE to AEW. They are going to produce another premium live event the same day as AEW All Out. Ironically, it's going to be, supposedly anyways, it's going to be in my backyard, Indianapolis, Indiana. So there's no announcement yet. There's no name for it. I would assume it's going to be called Bad Blood. They're just pushing up Bad Blood.
It's going to be Bad Blood. Yeah, from what I've done.
So,
yeah.
There's no announcement for it. There's no All Out September 20th.
September 20th, yeah.
So it's literally going to be there.
It's the same day.
Going to book
same
it
day, same time, same channels. Yes. Pay-per-view.
So thoughts on this? How do you guys feel about counter programming? Good, bad, otherwise? Yeah.
I mean, AEW has kind of proven that they. You go back to July, okay, and they had All In on the same day as Saturday Night's Main Event, the same day as NXT, and they blew the NXT show and the Saturday Night's Main Event show out of the fucking water. They did. So, and you know, Cam, I talked to you about this the other day about the interview, the MJF interview that happened with the FTR podcast on Facebook. And they had talked to MJF, and MJF had mentioned that Tony Khan has been focusing more on just AEW, not worrying about other stuff. And there are people that are actually backstage now helping Tony Khan plan some of the shows. He's actually branching out and getting advice from other people and not just saying like, this is what we're doing and that's that. Here's the thing is AEW Dynamite, yes, we come on just like tonight. Dynamite was just terrible. It was a bad show. It sucked. There was nothing interesting about it. I even told you, Cam, like I was literally after hour number 1, I was ready to just fucking turn it off. I was ready to. I'll be honest about that, but I didn't. But then when you get to a pay-per-view, it's like they just know how to put on great pay-per-views. It's like, okay, we're going to build storylines through our weekly TV that are terrible to get to the main thing, which is the card for the pay-per-view that becomes a banger. It's like, why couldn't you give us this for the last 3 weeks building up to this match? Why couldn't you give us this the last month and a half building up to this match? Why couldn't you do this to keep me interested in your weekly television to where things mainly matter? Because you want to try and keep people engaged in your weekly TV leading up to the pay-per-view. Because if I decide to say, hey, you know what? I'm not watching Dynamite tonight. I'm not going to watch Dynamite for the next 3 weeks going into this pay-per-view. I'm going in there pretty much blind. Let's just say for all intents and purposes, I decide I'm not going to pay attention to it on the internet either. So I'm going into a pay-per-view completely blind. And then I see the match. And the match is great. But then I go back and look and see how the build was, and I see that the build was kind of shitty. AEW is pretty much showing me that everything that matters to them is what happens in the ring on match night. It almost reminds me of the early days of Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor in the early days, they didn't do much story building. Everything just mattered on what was happening in the ring. So they're kind of going off the Ring of Honor platform on how they used to do things back in the early 2000s. No story building. Everything mattered on the match. So, I mean, I think AEW is going to have another successful night. I think All Out is going to be just as successful as All In was. I don't think AEW has anything to worry about. I think people are going to actually watch AEW more than they're going to watch whatever WWE decides to do, whether it's Saturday night's main event, whether it's Bad Blood, whether it's an In Your House, whatever it is. I think AEW is going to blow WWE out of the water that night. I don't think AEW has anything to worry about.
Except for this guy, because if that's in my backyard, I'm going to be there live.
I mean, hey,
I'm just saying.
But Cam, here's the thing: is you're a fan at the end of the day. So if you have a show that's going to be near you, and number one, ticket prices are good, you don't have to drive far, and at least some good people are going to be on the show, why wouldn't you go? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, go and enjoy yourself. It's a night out. I mean, SummerSlam night 1, with 2 matches left, there was a concert that I wanted to go to that was 10 minutes away from my house. What do you think I did? I turned off SummerSlam, went to the show, came home, watched the last 2 matches later in the night. It's all about going out. You got to enjoy yourself once in a while, right?
Yeah.
Like, so you enjoy going to wrestling shows? Go, no matter what it is. Hell, if it's an indie show, who cares? Go enjoy yourself. Like,
I go to any indie show that I possibly can whenever I can do it because I support the indie scene, and at the end of the day, I just love pro wrestling. So I just do whatever you do whatever you gotta do in order to treat yourself, and you have a good time whenever you want to. So, with everything that's happening right now with this counter programming stuff, I mean, it doesn't shock me. I said shocker before, can't even finish the first sentence of everything because it's just something that WWE is always doing. The worst thing that AEW could have ever done, and I don't know if you saw this graphic, Cam, but they literally listed all of the rest of their pay-per-views for the rest of the year. They listed all the pay-per-views and all the dates for those pay-per-views every single year. I guarantee you somebody in WWE has that freaking picture saved to their shit so that they can try to figure out when they're going to be doing their shows so they can continuously counter-program.
Yep.
Look, it's a conspiracy theory. I don't care. At the end of the day, it just feels like what I feel. But it's not shocking whatsoever. Apparently, one of the big marquee matches that you could possibly have on this show is going to be John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. I'm not watching that shit for the life of me. Get that out of here. I'll be watching All Out. And AEW is going to be perfectly fine. As long as they stay in their own lane, which they definitely have. They have focus on their own stuff. Sure, the stories that they're trying to build. The thing is, they try to tell stories. They do. Just most of the time are not very good. So with everything that's happening now, yeah, sure, the weekly television show could 1000% get better. Some stuff in WWE could get better as well, but with everything, it's just not shocking that they're counter programming, because they're going to continue doing it. They continuously say that AEW is not competition when they clearly are. And in terms of the counter programming side, whether or not the storyline wise or anything like that, that's fine. But yeah, they're going to continue counter programming whether anybody likes it or not, and they're going to make you choose as a fan.
So with the addition of that possible show on the 20th, they're doing Clash in Paris on August 31st. They're going to do that show 3 weeks later on the 20th in your hometown. And then 3 weeks after that, they got Crown Jewel over in Australia.
Yep.
So within 6 to 7 weeks, they're going to do 3 PLE type shows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is,
wild.
It's wild, but at the same, it's again, we've talked about this in extensive length that we all know TKO is hurting right now when it comes to money. So they're going to find any which way to cash grab. I mean, they're going to find any which way to cash grab, whether it's creating shows to counter program AEW or any other type of show. They'll never counter program TNA. Not with that deal.
No.
They'll never counter program anything that they're associated with, like the NWA.
They're trying
TNA,
to help
nothing
TNA
like
get a
that.
TV deal. So I mean, and that's great, and that's great for them if that happens. But I mean, they're never going to counter program them.
But the thing is they got to remember that, it's just them showing that they're worried about what their competition is doing when they have to counter program, and AEW sitting here saying, ha ha ha, I'll just put on a banger of a fucking pay-per-view and have everybody talking about us opposed to you. 6 to 7 weeks split between 3 shows is crazy. You think people are going to, I mean, 2 of the shows aren't in the States, but you still got to account for the fans that are overseas in Paris and in Australia. Like, it's understandable you're trying to make money and trying to all that stuff, but at the same time, it's like, calm down a little bit. Like, chill out.
They're never going to. And that's the thing. They just don't care. They're going to make the pro wrestling fan like you and I choose one way or another. And that's just what it's going to be.
Did you guys hear that?
I did hear something.
I leveled up in Fortnite.
That sounded familiar.
I'm not even playing. I leveled up by just sitting here.
That sounded familiar. But yeah, I mean, they're gonna make a pro wrestling fan have to choose whether they want to watch WWE or not, and that's just how it's going to be from now on.
Yeah. I don't expect counter programming to stop anytime soon. So it's just the way of the current landscape, I guess, of professional wrestling. What can I tell you? But gentlemen, after 34 minutes of us talking anything but this particular program, I think it's time for us to get into AEW Dynamite tonight. Can you imagine if this show? Can you imagine if this show was the go home show to Forbidden Door? That would be crazy,
that'd be
right?
interesting.
If this was the go home show for Forbidden Door, they would really have me questioning whether I want to watch Forbidden Door or not. I'm just saying that right now. Like, they would really have me questioning whether I'd want to get watch Forbidden Door or not if this was their go home show. Because tonight they did absolutely nothing to get me to want to watch Forbidden Door. No, it didn't. Did nothing. From the opening segment all the way up until I turned it off before the main event went in the ring. Like, did absolutely nothing.
I turned the show off prematurely because I thought the show was ending at that time, and it wasn't. We still had one more match.
Phil, you were going to say something.
You're a premature power pusher.
Well, I mean, heck, when you actually thought you were going to end something with the world title, you don't. And you gave us a terrible main event like that. All I was going to say was justice for Karrion Kross. That's it. We can move. That whole entire situation is ridiculous.
He's definitely going to get it doesn't really matter where he goes. I think he's going to be. I think he'll be fine. He'll definitely be a standout wherever he goes.
That whole entire situation is so ridiculous. It's fishy. It's strange. It makes no sense. I just want justice for him at the end of the day. No matter who signs him is going to get a great person. Because
does it surprise you guys that people think that it's a fucking work?
No, of course not. Because everything is a work to these people.
It is.
It's not. From what I know, it's not.
He claimed it today.
He claimed it today on Ariel Helwani that it's absolutely not. He was talking as Kevin, not Carrion, on that show.
Come here.
Like,
oh, wow.
The thing is, like, they offered him a contract apparently on Tuesday. And I know this is your show, Cam, but, you know, this whole Carrion Cross thing is it's got me so round up. So you can say whether or not you want to continue talking about this, but yeah. Are you good with it, or?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Well, I was like waiting for you to continue. I was like,
it's your show, so I didn't want to completely take it over with it. But like, apparently they got a contract to him on Tuesday. They said, "Hey, you got 24 hours to sign this thing. Otherwise, we're just going to completely rescind it." And then all he wanted was to figure out what this whole contract was going to entail and if it was going to involve Scarlett. They said absolutely nothing. They said, we can't give you that kind of information right now. All you got to do is sign it, and then we'll worry about her later. And I feel like at the end of the day, that's a perfectly fine question for Carrion to ask, because even though I wouldn't want to have words in Karrion Kross's mouth, all he wanted to do was to see at the end of the day if he and his wife were going to be taken care of. That's it. And they couldn't give him that information. So he didn't sign it. And I give him 100% respect on staying with his wife.
I've seen people comment on like, oh, why does she have to be involved? Yada. It's like, okay, you got to really think about this.
Package.
Number one, they are a package deal, not only because of the entrance, but even the little storylines that they build backstage with other superstars like Sami Zayn, the New Day,
package.
The Miz.
You can't have one without the other.
Everything that they did everything together in storyline. And if she's not there, she kind of plays a key role into that storyline, because she's kind of saying to Carrion, like, basically she's saying, don't think that you failed on trying to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish, because we have them in the palm of our hands type of deal. She's kind of just
at SummerSlam. Try to slip that thing in there.
She's basically there to reassure him, like, you're on the right track with what you're trying to do. Keep going.
Yeah.
That's what she's there doing. And if she's not there to do that, then the storyline is basically dead.
You can't have one without the other.
No.
You know, they are the package deal. Like Karrion Kross and Scarlett are what you come for when it comes down to their character and their development for storylines and how they go about things. I firmly agree with what Karrion Kross did. If you're not going to be able to have my wife along with me and have the total package deal that we are together for, then I'm not signing anything.
Yeah.
It's just so strange.
Yeah, it's very odd. I don't know what's going on with that situation. I don't know where he goes next, but like I said, wherever he goes, this guy is somebody who I think has the ability, much like a Bray Wyatt, you know, who just had the ability to just tell very good television with stories, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody will be lucky to have him in their locker room. So wherever he goes, I think he's gonna stand out easily. So, and then they will be fools to not just give this man the leniency to just do what he does best, and that's tell stories. But gentlemen, moving on to Dynamite now. Finally, we start this off. No, you're fine. Like I said, there's not much to really talk about with Dynamite. We started things off with MJF and Hangman Adam Page. So MJF, of course, comes out. He starts off with saying that, of course, he is he's facing the main character in Hangman Adam Page, and of course, he is the main antagonist, as some schmucks would refer to him as. He refers to Hangman Adam Page as Seabiscuit, and that would obviously, and of course, that he would break at Hangman Adam Page. That gets Hangman Adam Page a little hot, slaps the mic out of his hand or whatever, and he's like, "Well, obviously you don't understand how Seabiscuit ended. I mean, he wins in the end. So he calls him an idiot, obviously, because of that. MJF says, and I love this delivery on this particularly. MJF says that he will take the fans' cowboy and crucify him. I love that delivery. Love how he delivered that. Once again, like I said, MJF is just somebody who I believe is their ace right now. He's doing great things on his own, back on his own, as he should remain. He shouldn't be put in any groups or anything like that. He should just be a standalone, just by himself. Page says that that the contract that he's holding is nothing but an insurance policy because he's afraid to actually enact the contract and face him for the world championship. Of course, that all leads to MJF getting rage baited essentially into this match and him activating the contract and signing the contract for Forbidden Door. Little bit too soon for me. I felt like they were going to drag this out to at least All Out. I think that's what should have happened.
Yeah.
So for me, and I know Hangman has already had a defense against Moxley in the rematch, but to me, this is really realistically his first real defense outside of the Death Riders thing, outside of John Moxley. So it just feels a bit too
That's
soon.
right. It's
I
technically
kind of
a
felt
second.
like
Yeah.
I kind of felt like they were going to do Hangman and Briscoe.
That's what I thought.
That's
too.
what I kind of figured. I mean, they kind of alluded to it last week, even though Briscoe was unsuccessful in beating MJF and this whole controversial ending and whatnot have you. I just figured, just because they're great friends and whatnot have you, that Hangman was just going to give him and grant him the world championship shot at Forbidden Door anyways. That's what I thought they were going to do, just to kind of stall, give Hangman another championship defense, and then, we'll kind of extend this thing out until All Out. So I don't know, a little bit too soon for me. But overall, I think a great, promo battle back and forth between Hangman and Page and John Moxley, Hangman and Page and MJF. But yeah, I mean, I'm not quite sure how this ends at Forbidden Door, but I mean, hey, we'll definitely have to see. So I'm gonna get your guys' thoughts on this opening between MJF and Hangman Adam Page. Phil, I'm gonna start with you.
Yeah, I thought the overall segment between the two was fantastic because the words were spoken were great. The fact of that he was trying to utilize it as an insurance policy. He was trying to goat Hangman into giving him the title shot without even using the contract. I like that kind of story aspect throughout the whole deal because commentary was saying it and Hangman brought it into the promo as well. So I like that part. The one thing that I truly liked about all of this was that they were really kind of honing in on the tagline of the main character versus the main antagonist and how Hangman Adam Page has been the guy that people have just truly got behind in AEW, while MJF has been the guy in AEW that just completely, gets hated on by the fan base because of his antics and because of the actions that he has done in the past. Now, while Hangman Adam Page has also done some very dastardly things in the past as well, fans have forgiven him for those things. And he said throughout this whole entire ordeal that while they have forgiven me for all the stuff that I've done, I know who I am. And I know that I'm still trying to forgive myself for those reasons, for all the stuff that I've done. So I'm liking how he's atoning for his own actions in a way to get to what MJF is doing here. But he goaded MJF into making the contract happen, into officially invoking the contract and making the match official for Forbidden Door. I agree with you that it is too soon. I thought All Out would have been at least kind of it's not too far away from when the contract was, won, but it's far enough to where, all right, I can actually see him try to get this championship off of Hangman at that point. It's going to be a great match at Forbidden Door. I do not see Hangman and Page losing, mainly because it's his first real title defense outside the Death Rider stuff. So we'll see in due time, but these two are fantastic rivals for each other in AEW. They will always deliver in terms of promo battle or in ring because we've seen them before. And it's going to be a solid match for Forbidden Door. So overall, I liked it, but we'll see how it all plays out.
Mike?
This is supposed to be your main event, your World Heavyweight Championship for Forbidden Door. And you basically told me tonight who's winning before I even get to see the fucking match. Thank you. That's all I got to say. Hangman's not losing this match.
Yeah.
MJF is not winning the title. It's not happening. It's too soon for the contract cash in. This is just a way to get people to watch and see, can MJF win it? Congratulations, number one, you got Hangman to defend the title against Moxley and get the pinfall. Something that should have happened at All In. He should have won by pinfall, not by freaking stringing him up and having him tap out outside of the ring. Congratulations. But now, your main event that you have for your next pay-per-view, you basically just told me Hangman's winning. MJF's cashing in, so that way, you know, the contracts that are on the two people, you had Christian linger around with a contract for months and failed. Now you're having both your contracts get cashed in on the same night. One, you don't know who's going to win, and they're keeping that a pretty big, mysterious thing. Is Athena going to walk out with the women's world title, or is Toni Storm going to retain? Who knows? Thank you for keeping that mysterious. But your main event, the championship match that people are going to anticipate, can MJF win? He's not going to. Thank you for telling me tonight Hangman's winning at Forbidden Door. It's that.
I mean, yeah, I can definitely agree with you on that one. Like I said, I think it's too soon. And I don't see MJF winning. And I don't know what they do with MJF after this. I don't know if it's going to be a rematch, if there needs to be one, but who knows? We'll definitely have to see at Forbidden Door.
There is one way they can get around this. One way. Because did we see MJF physically sign the contract?
No, but there's a graphic.
No, but I mean, we got the graphic for it.
I get that, but we didn't see him physically sign it.
The match is going to happen.
Did Athena physically sign it?
She didn't sign hers yet. No.
But there's a graphic.
There's a graphic.
The matches are happening.
But here's the thing. The match can happen. They can make a contract signing, but MJF does not have to sign that contract. He can sign the match contract, not the cash-in contract.
If they have a contract signing next week for this freaking thing, then I'm just going to be pissed. Or if the contract signing is going to be that contract that MJF has to sign in order to get this match, maybe I can see something go down with that. But the match is going to happen one way or another.
Well, yeah, it can happen. But instead of MJF signing his cash-in contract, he signs a different match contract instead. And then he ends up outsmarting Hangman because he didn't sign his cash-in contract. He just signed a different contract. He still has the contract to cash in.
I still don't want that.
You know what scares me about that? You know what scares me about that? That sounds too much like something AEW would do. And I would hate every single second of it.
I absolutely hate every
it would just be
fiber.
confusing.
So you would rather have MJF sign his cash-in contract and do it this soon?
It's gonna happen already. So I mean,
I wouldn't want a contract signing at all in terms of a segment. When Christian Cage even cashed in, did the contract was signing right there in the middle of the ring? I don't think so.
Yes,
or it was.
Yes.
So then he'll probably have to do it then.
Yeah, because he ran out and was like.
So he'll probably have to do it then.
Christian did it. Christian did it twice, as a matter of fact. He did it at World's End in 23, and then he did it with his contract and made the world title match a triple threat.
Wasn't World's End 23 a match
for the TNT title? Remember, Luchasaurus won the contract, but then he ended up giving it to Christian.
God, that's right.
Yeah. So Christian did it twice.
That's convoluted in its fucking self. Okay.
After the segment tonight,
I just don't want that contract.
I much rather just move forward with what we're doing here with MJF and Hangman Adam Page, and not overcomplicate things. Oh well, he technically didn't sign the contract. He signed the match contract for Forbidden Door, but he still has his contract with the AEW World Championship. I don't want that.
Okay.
Don't convolute.
It's just overcomplicating things.
Yeah, but the thing is you guys feel like it's too soon.
I get where you're coming from, and AEW would definitely do it, but I just don't want that.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I totally get where you're coming from. I just don't want them to overcomplicate things like that. Just move forward with it. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get to
we'll
that bridge.
cross that bridge whenever we get
Yeah.
there, when it comes down to the rest of MJF and what he is going to be doing for the rest of 2025. After that, it's a whole other crapshoot. So you got to figure that out after that. But just don't overcomplicate it.
Moving on from here, we then had the Death Riders, who were outside of the building, which they always are for some odd reason. And of course, Moxley says into the camera, he says, I don't know what you think is going to happen at Forbidden Door, but it's not going to happen. Okay, cool, I guess.
Okay.
Going in, making his entrance with the rest of the Death Riders, it is Moxley versus Kevin Knight, which is our next match. Honestly, like I said, I think Mox is kind of doing a little bit of a babyface turn because he's doing Jet Speed wonders. I think he's doing them favors right now, last 2 weeks, getting him on television because, I mean, of course, after the whole rumors and things like that with MVP and the Hurt Syndicate, basically Jet Speed being treated like they are not tag team championship material, essentially, just because they don't look like, mountain men with, just the way they're built, like Shelton Benjamin and of course Bobby Lashley. So he's doing them wonders right now. He's getting them on TV and whatnot have you. Do I care about these matches? No, because it's not going to really do anything in the long run. So yes, Mike.
Did you see the joke video with MVP and Speedball?
I did.
So with the whole rumors thing, yeah.
But I also
so
have,
you stood the question out last week. I don't think the rumors are true. You don't put out a joke video like that and then rumors
They're
are
having
supposed to be
fun
true.
with it.
I think they're just having fun with it.
I mean, I don't know what's going on. I'm not back there, but I've heard that it is true. I heard it's not true. I don't know.
They're having fun with it, and
who knows?
If they make content out of it for AEW, I guess it's good for them.
Good for them, I guess.
So Moxley at the beginning of this match says, I don't know what you're expecting to Darby, but it's not going to happen at Forbidden Door. But
he gave us a lot more.
At the end of the match, we get a steel cage lights out match made with a multi-man involvement, and Darby's in it. Right.
They gave us a lot more than just Darby versus Mox.
Sure fucking did. Sure did.
And this makes no freaking sense, because didn't we hear a couple of weeks ago that Will Ospreay's hurt? He has like a freaking back and neck injury. That there's like a herniated disc fusing into his spine. I don't know if you can heal him, but I don't know if you can heal in 3 weeks from that, bud. I'm no doctor. I'm no medical physician. But 3 weeks after that, it's crazy.
It all depends on how serious it is. Because, for example, and not to get into the full realm,
unrealistic to me.
Not to get into the full realm of sports, but Landon Dickerson from the Eagles, he has a meniscus tear. He's getting a small surgery done. He's going to be ready for week 1. And it's a serious part of your leg of the meniscus. So there's certain procedures out there that's
a knee. This is a spine.
The thing, there's certain procedures. I'm going to tell you this right now. When I first had my back issues, I couldn't move. I got an epidural shot done, and I was able to move fine until I went further into figuring out everything and getting my first surgery. So there's things out there that can be done to alleviate things until further notice. There's things that he can do to get cleared in order to go into the ring and be safe and do things. So it's all about, number one, how serious is the injury actually, and number two, opposed to how serious they're making it seem on TV. Like, are they making it seem a little more serious on TV for the effect, like for the drama effect? Is it really that serious? Or, that's we don't know. Because like Cam says, we're not back there. We don't know. We're not back. We're not on the end. This surgery could be this injury could be minor for all we know, and they're making it sound serious.
They made it sound a lot serious during the time when he was actually out there even saying that he was injured in the first place. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh yeah, I'll be back for Forbidden Door. He said I'll be back for Forbidden Door, but I mean, then they had a steel cage with 10 men in it. You might as well just make it blood and guts at that point. I just told him. I just told Ken that earlier when you were away for a little bit before we started. It's just so convoluted. It's so complicated. It's compact. One ring, 10 people, steel cage. It's gonna be freaking insane.
I don't
know
know.
what's happening.
I don't know what we're doing. I have no idea. Not a clue. After this match ended, well, of course, Mox won. I liked the ending of it. I mean, he countered whatever Kevin Knight's finishing move's called into
the UFO splash or something like that. If it's the
like
twisting splash.
Countered that into what was like a inverted gator roll type submission. I liked that. That was an interesting ending. And then, of course, afterwards, in typical Death Rider fashion, they tried to jump on jet speed. Darby Allin comes out for the save in old school fashion, because we haven't seen him carried around the body bag for a while. In the skateboard, for that matter. So he comes out very old school Darby Allin with the skateboard and the body bag, attacks none other than Wheeler Yuta. That's like the Death Rider's punching bag. For some
He's
reason.
the guinea pig.
He gets stuffed into a freaking body bag. Claudio comes in for the save, puts Darby Allin in the body bag, gets pretty much helicopter spun inside the body bag, dropped like a sack of potatoes, then taken out of the body bag, then gets the chair wrapped around his neck, and then Will Ospreay, that's who came for the save. Will Ospreay came back, made his triumphant return from, I don't know, minor, semi-minor, semi-serious, super serious injury, I don't know, to his back, but hey, he did say he was going to be back just in time for Forbidden Door, so he kept his promise on that. He comes out and he absolutely beats the hell out of Claudio Castagnoli. And then, of course, we get this match made for another steel cage match, which I'm literally looking up to the heavens, and I'm like, why?
Another cage?
Why? Another steel cage match. This time, though, it's very crowded there. They might as well have just made Blood and Guts, because it's insane.
You're gonna have to, because how are you gonna do this? Like, you're gonna have to have more than one ring for this.
Did you not ever watch any of the Lockdown pay-per-views from TNA back in the day with Lethal Lockdown and everything? That's how they
was it involving 10 men?
They did 5-on-5s, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Go look up Lethal Lockdown from TNA. They did 5-on-5 matches. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I would have to go back. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, and they had weapons.
And then how'd they do it? Did
so
they
Lethal Lockdown
1-on-1?
How they did it was it started off 1-on-1. They had the week prior to the pay-per-view, they would have a match between two of the competitors. The winner would get time advantage. Yeah. So, for example, say the heels won the match, whoever was representing the heels, then the first person to come out for the extension of the match would be a heel, then a babyface, heel, baby. Once all the men were in the ring, they would say, okay, the match has officially started. It is time for Lethal Lockdown. So then a roof would come down with weapons on it, and Lethal Lockdown would be.
That's right. Okay, yeah, no, now you're jogging my memory.
So yes, they have done it.
It was basically War Games, and then all of a sudden the roof came down with all the weapons. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
One year the cage was actually electrified.
I actually remember that one. See, you jogged my memory a lot with that. But if they do it in that kind of style, I'll be okay with it. But I have no idea how the hell they're gonna do this. So
I was there. I was at Lockdown 2009 when Bobby Lashley debuted in TNA.
There you go.
In Philly.
If anything, that's what I would want out of this. Take from Lethal Lockdown and do it in that kind of format.
Here's my only problem. That was TNA. TNA has done that, and they've done it to perfection every single time. This is AEW. Yeah. AEW is going to find some kind of way to make us go, what is happening?
It's just going to be all 10 of them.
And make us scratch our heads because they are confusing us with these rules that are going to happen in this cage match. That's my.
It's going to be all 10 of them in there probably, and there's not going to be any kind of thing. So I mean,
I don't know. I don't know
If
how this is
they-
going to happen. I don't know how this is going to go down.
If they do it to where guys actually have to tag in, I will lose my shit.
No,
Don't no.
I'm turning it
Bro,
off.
Please.
I will lose my shit if they have it to where the guys have to tag in, because then what's the point? Like, what is the point of the steel cage?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, man.
and
I
we've
hate
had
that you
that
even
too.
put that out there in the universe.
There
but you
was
have.
a
true.
match out there. I forget what company did it, but there was a match out there where it was a cage match and they had to tag in.
And they had to tag. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember
That's
it now,
wild.
but I know that. Yeah. I hate that you put that out there in the universe, but it could happen. It could happen.
Yeah,
Listen.
I say it every time with these multi-man tag matches. That legal man garbage is just utter nonsense. I don't
Listen,
Especially
care.
in AEW, because it doesn't matter.
Phil,
Because
I'm
they just
not
go in there anyway.
I'm not Cam. If I put something out in the universe, it don't come true. When Cam does it, other hand,
I'm not saying it.
he makes things come true every
I'm
time
not
he
saying
puts
it.
something out in the
Every
atmosphere.
time he says it.
So yeah,
Keep your mouth shut, Cam.
Please,
I love
just
you,
have
brother,
them
but no.
all in there at the same time. If that's how they're going to do it, just all in there at the same time.
Have that happen. Tony, he said it, you make it happen. Have all of them in there.
Yes.
Don't do tornado. Please make that
Please.
come into
I'm begging
fruition.
you.
Not what Mike said, for the love of God.
you know how they
Okay.
can do it though if they would actually do the tagging.
No.
No. Just real quick. You know how they should do it? Build a platform at the top of the cage, and in order to tag in your partner, you need to climb the top of the cage and tag in. Like they can't be standing on the apron. They have to be standing on a platform up top.
I would
and
have
you gotta
to
tag in that
climb
way.
up that bitch just to tag somebody.
Yes.
No, I'm gone. I'm gone.
Yes.
I'm gone. No.
Now we're getting into like some American Gladiator type stuff.
Anyways,
Wild.
What,
Anyways.
what are these formations with the teams anyway? Like,
Oh, I'm gonna get into that. Don't worry. Don't you worry. But the next match we had, speaking of multi-person matches, we had Monet, Tekla, and Blue versus Windsor, Nightingale, and Queen Aminata in a match that I don't care for. I don't know why this is even a thing, but it was a match.
coolest thing from this was the Julia Hart and Sky Blue like Tekla entrance. That was the coolest thing. Other than that, didn't give a shit.
For
I
me,
love the triangle of madness stuff. Like
for me-
their presentation is great.
For me, the best thing about this was Tony and Athena fighting in the stands, because it made Athena just look like a legitimate threat to Tony Storm. I love how they made her look tonight. That was
And that's
fantastic.
exactly what I mean is we don't know if Tony Storm is going to be able to retain against Athena. Like they're making it seem like Athena can walk out of Forbidden Door with this world title. They are making it feel that way. Opposed to the men's world title.
Yeah.
You know,
After
She's
this,
been
of
like,
course,
what? She's like a month away from 1,000 days.
Athena,
crazy.
yeah, something like that. She's on that Roman run.
Yeah.
I seen a cool statistic today that quick off topic. John Cena in all 17 of his reigns was like 1,400 some odd days. Roman Reigns in one reign was over 1,300 13 How
Yeah,
nuts is
it was
that?
13-6, yeah.
Yeah.
13-16.
But all of John Cena's combined is a little over 1,400. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
And keep
After
in mind,
this-
some of those reigns were very short, like a week, a day, even. Like they were
yeah,
short.
he had some short reigns for
He had
sure.
some short reigns. Yeah.
Tony Storm gets on the mic, of course. She's talking about ripping someone's tits off, as always. And then we get a tag match made from this for Glasgow, I believe, next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
With her in Windsor versus Athena and Mercedes Moné.
Yep.
So, that tag match makes more sense than what we got tonight. So, I guess I
It's-
can respect it.
It's two of the stuff from Forbidden Door in a tag match. You're doing 2 and 1.
We're keeping it in the realm of Forbidden Door, so I can respect it, I guess. So we'll see what happens there next week. Renee catches up with Will Ospreay, who turns the steel cage match into, like I said, a head scratcher. It'll be the Death Riders versus Ospreay and Darby, and then they added Hiroshi Tanahashi, and then of course the mystery opponent, which we got announced later tonight, which I'll get into later. She asked, "How is his neck doing?" Of course, he says he's fine. He then also replies and tells her to tell her husband that he wants to have a conversation with him next week. So we'll see what happens there. I don't know what's going on there. We will see.
AKA
I
a
don't-
brawl's gonna break out.
Probably
Yeah.
another Death Riders beatdown. I'm sure.
Not Eddie Kingston. Gabe Kidd. I'm sorry. That was totally on me. Gabe Kidd is gonna show up again in AEW. It's gonna be a huge brawl.
Yeah. So
I actually thought he was
expecting-
gonna say Eddie Kingston when he said like, "Oh yeah, here we go," and it's Hiroshi Tanahashi in the freaking match.
I fully expect him to be coming back soon. Speaking of Eddie Kingston, because I think he's healthy. So I don't know. We'll see.
He was actually contemplating retirement at one point throughout the whole journey of him
that's
trying
wild.
to do it. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know where he stands right now, but I just wish him the best.
Yeah, for sure. Whatever he does decide to do, we wish him the best. Next, we then had Adam Copeland versus Big Stoke. Didn't care anything about this match. Obviously, I skimmed through it. But the best thing about this, obviously, was FTR naturally comes out and attacks Copeland at one point. And then, of course, they ended up chanting, "We want Christian," which I think is a first in AEW. Of course, Cage then comes for the save to run off FTR. And then, of course, the matriarch tried to attack him as well. He obviously ran them off as well. And then afterwards, we had Copeland hug Christian. To me, this was the best. This was the best portion of the show, I think. Because, like I said, I'm all for a reunion between Cope and Christian Cage. So I've been expecting it with this whole FTR thing. So I'm all for it. If this is like the path leading into their ride off into the sunset in retirement for both of these guys, like I said, I'm all for it. I don't have a problem with it at all. Like I said, in TNA, you got the reunion in one last match for the TNA Tag
what
Team
is
Champions.
happening in pro
Hardys.
wrestling with all these?
I don't know. I had none of this on my bingo card with the Dudleys and the Hardys and Copeland
and Christian coming back.
None of this.
Like,
So, but I respect it though. Like I said, hey, it is what it is. They want to end their careers on their own terms, so I can respect it. And like I said, this to me, this is the most exciting. Was it perfect? No, but this was the best part. I think of the show to me. This is what I really cared about more than anything else. So I'm gonna get your guys' thoughts on this, the match, and like I said, the seeming big step towards the reunion for Copeland and Christian. Mike, I'm gonna start with you.
I mean, congratulations, you guys were right. I mean, I guess it's cool that Copeland and Christian are doing their thing. I mean, we're gonna get them tagging up. Like you said, was it perfect? No. I mean, it's basically like, oh, they helped each other out, and then Copeland hugs, and that's that. Like, I don't know. I fucking
He
don't
sounds
know.
so defeated.
No, I mean, I'm not, Cam, you know me, I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. I mean, it is what it is. Am I excited for it? No, I'm not. I'm not excited for it. They got to get me excited for it. Right now, I'm just kind of like,
Going through the motions.
yeah, like it's
That's understandable.
because here's the thing is since Copeland's been in AEW, you've had him chasing the world title for almost a year's length, failed attempts of getting that. Failed attempts at the TNT title until he got it and then fucking lost it. Like, and just the storylines that Copeland has been in, he's probably been in one, maybe two exciting stories since being in AEW.
Fair.
Like, and then Christian, with everything that he's been doing on his heel run, has, at some points been magnificent. Other things have been kind of like, you're going to do this again type of thing. That's why I said what I said a couple weeks ago. Like, I would really like to see Christian finally have that single shining moment, like under the spotlight by himself, that he deserves. Copeland, he's had it many of times. Now we're getting this. You guys were right. I was wrong. Not afraid to admit it. Now it's kind of like, let's see where they go with it. Get me excited for this. That's what I'm asking. Get me excited for it, because right now, I'm not. It's as simple as that. And tonight was not a good start for me. Other people liked it, and I respect that. You know me. I respect what everybody, they like their own thing. Me, I wasn't a fan of it.
That's fair enough. Phil, your thoughts?
yeah, the match was what the match was. I mean, it was gonna be the way that it was gonna be. But it was all about the aftermath, and the aftermath was with this whole Cope and Christian reunion, and I'm a fan of it. With everything that's happening right now, First of all, I did not have all of these tag teams coming back on my bingo card. I mean, the Hardys have been together. They've been a thing. Obviously, that's a thing. The Dudleys coming back to do that match with them, did not see that whatsoever. But then Cope and Christian coming back, I didn't have it at first. But then, as we continue to go through the motions of AEW, I'm like, they're getting these guys back together. And it's going to be for Toronto, and All Out. It's going to be perfect timing for that because they want to do things on their own terms as FTR. And I love that. But, I just wish they built it up a little bit more, like a little bit longer than what they did. Because, Kim, this. Like, they've done this very quickly. Like, it's a very kind of quick turnaround to where Cope told Christian to go find himself. He comes back. We finally get these two on television, on screen, together, because that's been one of my biggest gripes when it comes down to them getting back together. You got to have them in the same building in order to see where the fans are going to lie with this. And as soon as I heard the "We Want Christian" chants, I'm like, all right, they want it. Let's see if they actually give it. And they did, and it was executed okay. It was fine. But now we got to see what's next. Because now, I didn't know if you want to talk about it, but they have a match at Forbidden Door already. They have a tag team match already.
Yes, they do. Yes.
For Forbidden Door against the Matriarchy, with Wayne and Sabian. And that's their real first test to see if this could really kind of work out. Now, most likely it's going to. I mean, I do not see them losing that match. I mean, if they do, that's just kind of wild to even think about that.
If they have them lose, this thing would be dead in the water before
that's what I'm saying.
Starts. I'm just saying that right now. You have them lose against them, this thing is dead in the water before it even starts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, with everything with that, you have to have them win. You have to have them go throughout this entire ordeal. And in my eyes, look, this is the second part of the whole entire story. You have to have FTR win those tag team titles. You do. Because if it's not that,
Did you just say have them win the tag titles?
You have to have FTR win the tag team titles.
Oh,
FTR.
Oh, I thought you meant Cope and Christian. I was gonna say that's a little too far.
I'm talking about the other side of the story with that, the FTR side. FTR have to win those tag team titles. Because I to an extent, I can kind of see somebody's argument like that doesn't really technically need the tag team titles. You can have Christian and Cope go after FTR, non-title, because of their friendship and all that. I get that, but I just think it's time to get those freaking tag team titles off of the hearse syndicate. That's just me. Yeah. So, but yeah, I thought it was a good start tonight for things with Cope and Christian, but I want to see what's next, and I want to see what Christian has to say after the hug, because he really wasn't kind of so reciprocative to the idea of that. So we'll see next week.
True. Yeah, I'm not really too much of a fan of this match just kind of being made. It just kind of feels like they just wrote it out, and it's like, okay, boom, we're gonna have them have a match, and it's like
you gotta have a tag team match with them eventually. You do
eventually, yes.
I didn't want that. I didn't want FTR to be their first tag team match. I didn't. No, you have to have a first tag team match first before that. But it's kind of quick. To your point, they could have built this up a little bit more. And I don't feel like it feels. It feels half right now. It feels half baked because we haven't heard from Christian. They haven't even seen him since the attack from, I think, the Matriarchy. So we don't know where he's at really. And like I said, and to your point again, the whole hug, it was just like, okay, you can get off me now. I'm not there. We're not there yet. I'm very interested to hear what Christian has to say. If they have to have a segment next week, at least a face-to-face to see what's going down.
Something backstage segment, in the ring segment, something. We have to hear from Christian Cage. Not so much about hearing from Adam. We got to hear from Christian. Right. We got to see where he's at, because before this he was, a throwback to what Adam first said about him. He was on his Bond villain type vibe. So
right, yeah. So
I don't know where he stands at right now. So we'll see.
I'm intrigued right now, but we gotta see where things go next.
Yeah. So we're definitely putting the building blocks together to getting them back together full time as a tag team. So we'll definitely see where we go from there.
It's one of the
But
most
next,
complicated friendships in wrestling for sure. With
yeah,
this,
for sure,
especially
for sure.
in
Friends,
AEW.
frenemies, enemies, tag team partners. But next we then, of course, we got the Young Bucks again. Like I said, every time the Young Bucks come out, it's pure comedy. I like what they're doing right now. I don't know how long this lasts. I don't know. I don't see this going on for months and months and months. I think eventually it's going to get old, but right now it's just entertaining when they come out. Fans chanting jobbers at them and whatnot have you. They come out to no music. They're threatening Justin Roberts. He's like hunched in the corner and
Bro got
he's
kicked in the next
announcing.
He got kicked in the face, bro.
Like he's already
next partners.
He's already announcing matches for next week. He's in the fucking ring announcing next week's matches already. Like fuck.
He thinks
Oh,
there's
man.
a double taping of Dynamite, and they're just going. Like
So I like what they're
he
doing right now.
took it like a freaking champ.
I mean, yeah, he's amazing just for doing that.
He got choked out by Bryan Danielson during the Nexus days. Now he's getting super kicked by.
Oh, I forgot about that. He did.
He got choked with a tie, and that's how
Yeah.
Bryan got fired the first time, and then he came back at SummerSlam.
I forgot about that. But no,
As a
like I
part
said,
of
I
Team
like what they're doing
WWE
for
and not Nexus, by the way. So I mean, there's that.
But the match itself, again, like I said, another multi-man blender here. Like I said, the Bucks, Fletcher, Alexander versus Brody King, Ishii, Hologram, and Takahashi. As the mystery opponent, Takahashi was the mystery opponent or mystery partner, I guess, for Brody's team or whatnot have you. Again, the match was the match. Again, I skimmed through it just because, like I said, it's just another multi-man blender, as I said before. So, if you guys have any thoughts on this match, if you've watched it. Yeah. Phil, I'm gonna start with you.
Go ahead, Mike. I mean, that's
Go ahead,
fine.
Mike.
You're talking.
I was just gonna say, fucking Justin Roberts, man. He's just like he got kicked in the next week. He's already announcing next week's Dynamite, man. He's already out in Glasgow. Like,
Yeah,
fuck.
the poor lad, man.
I do have
felt
to
bad.
I do have to say one more thing in regards to the TNT Championship, though. I mean, speedy recovery for Dustin because he suffered double knees. He had to get double knee surgery today, and that's fucking rough. I mean, I don't know why they didn't have the Bucks and Kyle Fletcher and them win. Like that baffles me. Like, the Bucks are trying to build their way back up to getting entrance music and all this stuff. First off, it's getting old already. Like, that's getting old. It is. I'm done with it already. Like, let them have their music and shit. We know they're EVPs. We're not stupid. You know, they're founding fathers of the company, real life founding fathers of this company. Like, this whole thing is, to me, is getting old fast. But they should have had the heels win. I mean, to have the baby faces win. Oh, and one of the heels is a champion. You had him lose after the speech that he had on Collision. Like, I don't know.
Fair.
I
Phil?
don't know.
This match was to just get Kyle Fletcher's match for Forbidden Door. I really didn't care much for it. I agree that the heel should have won. Especially with, Kyle Fletcher winning that TNT title not too long ago. He should have wins under his belt, even if it is meaningless matches like this for the 8-man tag. Yeah. The match against Hiromu is going to be cool because I like Hiromu and I've seen a lot of his work and he's a great talent, but you gave him the freaking TNT title. Give him more. Give me more with Kyle Fletcher. Otherwise, it's just going to be another worthless reign with the TNT title than it already is.
Now you see why I didn't want him to win that belt.
It's just a TNT title in my eyes, bro. The thing is, I love the talent that can hold that championship, but if they don't give a single shit about that TNT title, nobody is.
I know I don't.
It's a curse of the TNT title, man. Nobody's relevant after they fucking win that thing.
Next, Renee. I felt bad for Renee because Renee basically had to use sign language because we couldn't hear anything she was saying because of audio issues, and she was announcing Swerve Strickland. So, Swerve Strickland comes out.
Swerve Strickland.
So she
there.
So she basically.
Yeah,
Swerve Strickland,
yeah,
right here.
pretty much.
She did the dance. It's
Pretty much.
Swerve.
'Cause I had no idea
Swerve,
what
right
was going
there.
on. I couldn't hear anything she was saying. So Swerve Chicken comes out.
I love you, Renee, but that's AEW's fault right there,
Can
That's
you
man.
it.
imagine Renee doing
Hey.
the fucking Swerve?
Swerve, right there.
just hold up the cards.
Oh my
like
god,
Sammy
the
Guevara
freaking cue
used to
cards
do.
like Sammy back in the day. I loved that shit when he did that.
Oh my god, just
Yeah.
Renee just doing the Swerve dance would be fucking hilarious.
And now presenting
Great.
Swerve Strickland.
So Swerve comes out obviously for another, I guess ramp interview. I guess you want to call it that.
It was a ramp interview. That's right. Didn't
Uh,
even go to the ring.
No. So ramp.
Not even
interview.
halfway
of it.
down the ramp. Just right
No.
top of this, right at the edge of the stage.
Swerve, I
sweet
guess, is
spot.
dealing with I think he's dealing with a nagging knee injury, as he announced tonight.
God damn it, bro.
And says, I guess that's realistically going. I would assume that's going to affect his performance going into facing Okada for the Unified Championship. Of course, we heard the iconic coin drop, and of course, the reigning Unified Champion Okada comes out. Doesn't say much. He just really realistically says he doesn't have a chance with that knee injury. Calls him a bitch. As
I was about to ask that. Did he call
famous
Swerve
line.
a bitch?
Yep.
He gets pushed with probably the softest kitten soft push I've ever seen ever, and he sells the absolute hell out of it.
Yeah.
So kudos to Okada.
Okada
My
sold
God.
that sold that push. Like
He
no
sold that
tomorrow.
like the rent was due. My God. So
You know
he
who
comes out, breaks him up. And that was that.
Yeah.
You know who the all-star of this segment was? Prince Nana. Didn't have to use a microphone by yelling Swerve's house. Fucking Nana, man.
He doesn't usually
Yeah.
have to.
Like
Yeah.
he was literally he was just like this. Hold on, let me see if I can do it now. I gotta see if I can do this. Hold on. See if I can do this.
We don't hear you, so you're good there. We don't hear you. Nope.
You have
Nothing.
turned into Renee.
There's no audio. Nothing.
He has turned into Renee Paquette.
Son of a
no
bitch.
peace. There you go. Now I hear you.
Because I was trying to have it come through my like Swerve's house, and it would have sounded like Prince Nana coming through my microphone on my camera. This microphone just takes over everything. Love you.
Perfect.
But yeah, that was that. Like, security came out.
That's all
broke them up.
that's all there was.
And that was it.
Swerve's house.
We'll definitely have to see. I don't expect Okada to drop the title. It's too soon.
No.
I'm still expecting a rematch from Kenny, even though Kenny's just randomly thrust into this multi-man steel cage match at Forbidden Door for some reason. I don't know. I expected him to be gone a lot longer. After, because wasn't he attacked or something like that? Wasn't he attacked or something?
I don't remember.
I don't even remember at this point. Yeah, it's so
I don't
long.
know. Who knows?
But yeah, Omega's back.
All right.
So,
And I do expect that rematch too. I do.
after that, I feel Alicia then catches up with Mox and asks if he has a team yet. He then walks into a room where the Young Bucks are sitting at.
They're
of
in
course,
the extras room.
They're in the extras room. And like I said, obviously have the conversation with the Bucks. And
Not even
now
catering.
we have the teams announced, which I was referring to earlier, and that I was going to come back around to.
Mhm.
But the teams now are the Bucks, Claudio, and Gabe Kidd and Mox versus Darby Allin, Tanahashi, Omega, and Kota Ibushi. Random? Yes, very. But it is what it is, I guess. We'll definitely have to see what happens there. They might as well have just turned this into blood and guts, if you ask me. But that's just my opinion.
Couldn't even have the Young Bucks in catering.
No.
Couldn't even be having the chicken and mac and cheese and mashed potatoes or anything. Nope. Had to have them in the extras room.
Gentlemen, you know the best part about this show?
It's over.
We have reached the main event. The main
Turn it
event
off.
saw the Ops versus LFI. I literally wrote down in my notes, DNW. Did not watch. I played Rocket League. I didn't care.
Played Fortnite.
This was worthless.
I'm still on the map. I can see it through my window as a reflection. I'm still at my spot.
There you go.
Fuck yeah.
Keep that.
And I leveled up again. You guys didn't hear it, but just the timing of sitting in this map. I should just sit in this map overnight and see if I just continue leveling up.
Yeah.
Unlock the battle pass in no time. Loving this new season.
This match was worthless.
Oh, you watched it?
This match was worthless.
I know one of us did.
Not me.
Touch your nose if you didn't watch the main event. You guys should be touching your noses right now. There you go. Finally updated for me. The camera finally
Nose
updated.
goes.
Look. I mean, the match was worthless. I really did not give a single shit. I love LFI. I love the Ops. You guys know we all support the Ops here. I freaking love the Ops. But
They're still trios champs, right?
yeah, they are. And that's how the show ended, with all three of them in the corners holding their titles. The match wasn't even it wasn't even for the titles. So
I thought you were gonna say holding
Which
hands.
was odd to me.
the match wasn't even for the titles, and they just hold them titles up high, like, yeah, we won.
I thought you were gonna say holding hands. I was gonna say that's a pretty unique way to end the show.
I mean, it can happen. Who knows? I mean, it's 2025.
I mean, they
I don't
raising their
judge.
hand. I mean, they raising their hands up together. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's
Jeez.
typically their wrist, though.
Okay.
Still part of
Semantics.
have to get fucking technical here.
I'm just
We always get technical here, Mike. I mean, we always do.
God
It's one of
damn.
us that always has to get technical at one point during the show. This time, it just had to be Cam.
It's not like it's like this.
Yay! Just smack yourself.
Chop yourself. But
Yeah, the
gentlemen,
match is worthless. I don't give a shit.
Who even
they're
won?
not doing anything.
Who won?
Who won?
The Ops
Ops, of course.
in a non-title match. The champs
Of
won.
course. Here's
Who'd
the
have
thing.
fucking known?
They don't give a single shit about Roosh. Are you kidding me? You think he actually won a match? No. Look,
Did they rush this match?
it was about 10 minutes. It was about 10 minutes after commercial.
Cam got it. Cam got it.
I know what you're talking about, yes, but it was only like 10 minutes. I'm not that much of an imbecile to not know what you talk about. Yes. Roosh, rush,
Wow,
boom.
he said it like the fancy schmancy way. Imbecile.
By the way, I say that word the two different ways that it's said, and it just interchanges all the time. I don't care.
I feel like I'm
Yeah,
losing.
you
my
know
mind
what?
watching this
TikTok,
program.
Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube at @PhillyMan_. Obviously, you're just telling me to shut the fuck up, plug yourself, and let's get out of here.
I just put it up so till you were done. I just put it up so I didn't have to push the button. Jesus Christ, Phil. Accuse me for things. I didn't say nothing. Okay?
Oh
Well,
man!
look, at the end of the day, the
Wow.
show was very interesting to say the very least. If you guys enjoyed our content, our talk about it, I love your faces. But yes, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all of the stuff, PhillyMan_. You type it in, it's me. I got content coming out soon. Stay tuned. Boyfict. Next.
Sweet. Oh, you're done.
There you go, Switch.
You're done. I mean, I just put it up, so it was already there when you were done talking and everything. And,
Look,
and
look.
I was waiting for Cam to
The way-
cue it. Like
the
I
way
just
your
queued
face
it up.
The way your face said, Like, Phil, just stop talking. I just thought it was that. So that's what I thought.
I wasn't even thinking that. Like, I just queued it up for when Cam was like, it's time to plug yourself. Because I'm so used to Cam, like, it's that time of the show to plug yourself. Like, fuck, man. Metal Mike 714 is where you can find me. Monday night's table spot with Cam after Raw, right here on Rivet City Radio's Twitch off the top of Media's YouTube channel. I'm back here on the Boom every Wednesday night after AEW Dynamite with these two gentlemen. Sunday morning, twitch.tv/The Huddle podcast. I'm going to be alone this week. John is taking off, so I'm going to cover the news. Got some college football news to talk about as well. So I'll be running for about 60 minutes. And go check out the YouTube right now. Full episode of this past Sunday morning show is up. We spotlighted the NFC South. Next week, we are spotlighting the whole AFC as far as divisions. So I'm just going to be covering the news this week for 60 minutes. I may go live Sunday morning, and if I feel a little more rambunctious and a little more just wanting to rush through it, I'll be live on Saturday night. Who knows? But Sunday morning, 11 a.m. That's that.
As for me, you can find me right here with these shenanigans with these two gentlemen. This is, like I said, dude, this is my entertainment for a Wednesday night because this show just sucks.
We
it's
talk,
awful.
we shoot the shit, we have
It's
fun
terrible.
with it, and that's how we do things here.
So this is my entertainment for the night for Wednesday nights. Honestly, this is the reason why I show up, because these two guys. So go support them. It's not about me. Go support them and everything they do for sure. But like I said, you can find me right here every single Wednesday night with these two gentlemen talking about some AEW Dynamite right here on the Boom. Of course, Monday night with me and Metalcore Mike for the post show for Monday Night Raw. We didn't do a Monday Night Raw show on Monday because that show sucked too.
Raw
so
sucked.
we just didn't care. But we will hopefully be back Monday night with something good to talk about for Monday Night Raw. And then, of course, follow me on my socials and all that. That's on the bottom. Follow me there as well. And as I said, as I love to say, every time we are getting ready to close out a show, I love and appreciate all you guys coming by and checking out the stream. And as I always say, love, peace, and prosperity. And we are out.
Yeah.